Oh, YouTubers! And today, I will show you people request of the Wiki CD and you can actually see I play 3 copies of every single one of them. Because every single one of them and it actually does something in the hand. So when we could consider we destroyed by another one, you can reveal this card and then put some in this card for you to the field up to 3 for the time monsters from hand. And then destroys them. So in the layman's terms, if it didn't get 6 gets destroyed, you can summon more. And you can summon more of them, and then you can just pop a ball, which is really good for the deck. And so you guys put some monsters from the hand, except for the hand one, which the actually it's quite limited. You could do, but yeah. And once you play 3 of it, which you can stay as starter for the deck, and get you almost as play it started in a row. So yeah, and this one, this one you send one put your deck to the graveyard. This is just a search for the deck for monsters, and this was a search for the send it to the graveyard, which you probably will send it to this one to the graveyard because this one has a graveyard effect as well. Yeah. Try the main phase. Oh, wait. Oh, here you go. Yeah, if it gets caught, if you control, if you control it well, so destroy by 2 card back to the and one that's card that's in the graveyard, except for doing the damage set, add this card back to your hand in which way. And it's especially about it's actually not the worst thing actually as well. Because when you get destroyed, when you monsters to the field, you can toggle one of the time monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. Especially if it's a recursion for the deck. And also this one is actually pretty good as well, for the deck as well. But you don't say this one, you say this one with. This was actually recursion for the deck. So yeah. And also I played this one as well. This was put some of the for that time monster from hand. And there's a destroy spell trap, and also this is a search for the spell trap cards, which is essentially maybe you want to use this for such the field spell, and then you can go on from there, which is actually really good. So, and it's the main a main way to get your combo started going first. To be honest, because this was such a monster. And it gives you a monster the opponent control, it gives you a monster the opponent controls. And because here's the thing with those, here's the thing with this deck. You are destroying the opponent's cards to do it. But you're going first, it's not much ideal. You could do it with it, pop the opponent's cards. So yeah. So you definitely need this as a 3 off or 4 off or you can play a 7 off if you play this in your deck as well. Because when my player shoots Fireflows, it's actually a beautiful card in this deck. Because this way it allows you to basically search you can search any good spell for your entire deck, which this you can search this. And patch 3 Synchro monsters. That's what I play Synchro monsters in the deck, because it make it easier to it. So yeah. And so I play a couple of hand traps and I also play terraformers as well, and infinite permanence, summoners purge, and also there's the couple of traps here. These 2 traps actually isn't that bad. Think about it when you go in first, because it says right here, if you control them, these monsters on the field, they can be destroyed by card effects, also with the opponent activates a spell or trap card, and you can return when your monsters are back to your hand to get that back and destroy them as well. So it's like in a way, it's like an infinite permanence in a way, but more like an infinite permanence plus destroy them in a way. So anyway, and also this one is really useful. All the monsters in controls Alright, we'll split it at the top. But for each of the 10 monsters you control, so if you control 5, you use 100 every time. But most likely you need to have 2 on the field, so most likely it's gonna happen. And you can shuffle the those monsters to the deck, and one from the time monster with different names and your deck to your hand, which is the main when you search for this as well. Also, you can bounce this whatever you have to add one and spell top card for the sky bounce for the deck to your hand, which you could actually play you could play this one in this deck if you want, which is the you can play this one in the deck if you want, because you can use this ability to send this, and then you could banish it for the graveyard, and then search the fifth spell, which you get you 1, 2, and then 3, which is 10 as well, plus plus this one, and then that's 12 ways to get the fifth spell, which is really nice for the deck. So yeah, so you can do that if you want to. And this one they're doing, this one is really really cool as well, because you can actually use this going first, and you can do a Thunder Time monster to the field. But the only problem is you don't know what's on there to the field. But here's a bit though. You could put something to your opponent's turn instead. So you could say if you have these ones already in your hand, and you have this as well, and you have this as well. You can normal summon this, add the field spell for it, then you can search a normal monster to the field, then you can play this one, then you can search any other of Thunder monsters, and then skip, and then you end your turn, and then you get your opponent's turn. You can add those cards, so you just add it to your hand. Put them into the field, and then you can go pop that cards on the field, which is actually really cool in the way you can do that. That's why I played it in the deck. Make it a lot easier to because the downside of this it says right on the card. You play normal summon set that same name you end of the turn. You put somebody to the opponent's turn. So you're not gonna normal summon them and then into the field. So that's what for that reason. So you just put them into the field and then you just kind of pop them. The thing is like a digital pop during your own turn, which is actually really cool. So yeah, and as well. Also, the sub attack yarn, and then you can search reveal this, and then you can search any earth ones, which should probably be this one or the mostly this is one. You can search this one from this fact, and sub attack can search this as well, and then you reveal this, and then you can search you get this for your deck to your hand, which is very nice as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and also I hope you're good I've been about the sack as well, and also oh by the way, this stacking is really gonna go in second because most of the time you want to go second with this stack most of the time. So you could play flush in this thing if you want to, because the flush into the windows and normal spells, which you could flush into this, and then you can and then you get the third spell, and then you can continue popping them, which is really nice as well. But also as well. So like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and enjoy the rest of your day. This is your Master. Start off the day. Bye.